Hey, get away. Alex here, and this is gonna be the storytelling time. So if you want to hear the story from a cruise ship that happened to me around 7-8 years ago, please stay tuned. Now, why I decided to record this video or to tell you this particular story, basically yesterday I went to one of the gatherings, for like expats or nomads here in Buenos Aires, where I'm staying right now. By the way, here in Buenos Aires, where I'm staying right now. And somebody asked me, so do you remember some weird story that happened to you? And I remember there were so many weird stories that happened to me or my friends throughout the years working on cruise ships. But one particular one was related to Argentina, and I decided, I'm gonna tell the story. So since I'm in Argentina, and this story partially about Argentinian person, I decided I'm gonna share this story. Why not? It was weird, it was unexpected, and I think it was interesting. So everything happens in my late 20s, maybe early 30s. So I'm 37 right now. Apparently I was like 29, 30, something like that. It was around 7-ish years ago, and the story happens on one of the smaller cruise ships. I remember I was in charge of a group which we call solo travelers. So just imagine, on a cruise ships, I'm working as activity manager now, but at that time I was working as a cruise staff. So for that particular cruise, I think it was longer cruise. And longer cruise, it means not the regular one, like usually they have 7 days or 10 days. There was like 14 or maybe even 18 or so, or maybe 21 days cruise. I think it was like transatlantic cruise, that usually the transatlantic cruise, that's when the cruise ship changes the season. For example, we going from North America to Europe, or vice versa. It was even maybe it might be also was Trans-Pacific cruise. Anyway, it's not that important. So for that longer cruise, usually we have all the crowd. Because older people, usually they have that much time that they can be out. And solo travelers, they are usually, again, they are different people. But for that particular cruise, we were having like people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And I remember once, after establishing a couple already, good relationships with my group, it's so for you to understand how it's happening. There's a particular time, and every day you meet with them, you socialize for a bit, I don't know, maybe half an hour or an hour, maybe then you bring in the group for dinner, or just you can advise them or send them or bring them to watch the show. So solo gathering is for those people who traveling solo, not to be mistaken with singles, for people to hook up. However, I don't mind, if the people on those meetings gonna find a love of their life. But again, that's not the purpose. The main purpose is to break the ice, for people to socialize on a cruise, and for them to get together, and of course being welcomed. So that's why there's usually a host responsible for those gatherings, to break the ice and stuff. So I was already doing that for a couple of days, and I established some nice relationships with this group that I had, people from all over the world. And I remember this American gentleman from United States, an older gentleman. I think he was already in his 80s, and he told me one evening when we got together that, hey, could you approach that particular lady? And the lady was from Argentina. That's why it's related. So the lady was from Argentina. And could you approach her and on my behalf ask if she wanna go out with me, like to go for dinner? Like, could you do that for me? And I was like, sure. There's like it's basically a bar, everybody's socializing and stuff. So I'm like, I'm gonna approach her, and and then I'll let you know what she thinks. So I'm approaching this lady, which I don't remember how old she was, maybe her late 50s, maybe early 60s. Anyway, for you to understand, the lady was pretty attractive, and I would say maybe when she was young, she probably were very successful in among men, very well put together, let's put it this way. However, the difference between their age even was like for sure more than 20, maybe even up to 30 years. Yeah, so I'm approaching this lady, and she's from Argentina, and I'm telling her, hey, there's this gentleman and he wants to get to know you better, and he wants to invite you for dinner. And what happened next, shocked me completely. So I'm delivering this information to a person. First of all, I'm working on a cruise ship, yeah. So you need to understand from that being said, not like, hey, lady, this guy wanna go with you. Like, I very politely passed the message to the person, to our guest, the guest of a cruise ship. But the reaction of the guest was like, what? You wanna hook me up with this like old fart, basically, like, if I not being polite, but that's what she was using. And I was like, I mean, I'm just the messenger, like, don't kill the messenger, I'm just passing the information. She's like, what? And after everything that happened between us, you telling me this? I thought there's something between us, and we want to be together. She's telling that to me. And she's like, you know that I'm very famous, I don't want to say what she was doing, and she mentioned one of the bigger, not the Buenos Aires, but another big city here, not sure which one, let's say, I don't know, let's say Cordoba. So she said, like, I'm very famous something, and I'm from Cordoba. If we're gonna go there together, I'll make sure that you don't need to work anymore. I'll take care of you. You just need to basically love me. And I'm just standing there like, what the heck is going on? First of all, in my communication with all the group, I'm socializing with everybody. Am I being nice? Yes. Am I being flirty? From time to time, yes. And it doesn't matter, I can be flirty with not only with ladies, I can be flirty with men, gay men, whatever. It just like, it's part of my personality. It was like just fun conversation of a host, again, the host of the group, who was not, I didn't give her any tip of affection, let's put it this way, or didn't highlight particular her among the whole group, which, like, again, as I already mentioned, I was like 30, she was around 60. That's first thing. Second, she decided something for both of us, and look, first of all, she's a guest, I'm a crew member. That's the first thing, that no affection can be between us. Second, I'm building my career there. The third thing, I'm building my career on a cruise ship, and I wasn't thinking to move to Argentina those days. Yes, now I'm in Argentina. Maybe there was a destiny, and I should have gone for it. Third, I never wanted to become a Casanova or whatever, and making or just live my life out of some all the ladies, or how they call the cougars, right, who gonna be taking care of you or something like that. I was happy with my life on board and stuff. So I'm processing this, like, at the very moment when she basically throw that on me, like, her all this monologue, all this affection and all this information, she just throw that on me, and I'm just standing right there trying to process what the heck has just happened, like, randomly this person, because I just passed the message from another dude, which, by the way, was just like around the corner right there, like in this same bar, and he's like, hey, like, what's going on? The dinner, I want to eat, like, so are we gonna go with her? He's like, hey, tell me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm coming back. So I'm standing there speechless in front of this lady, thinking, what can I answer? First of all, I need to answer her something in a polite way, and she's like, so we're gonna be together or not? And I'm like, hey, lovely, look, I need to, first of all, I had some other activities, so I need to go somewhere. And I said, okay, looks like it's a serious thing, so let's meet up in this same bar, maybe in an hour or so. If you're here, or 2 hours, whatever, we can talk about it, and you know, like, just to clear out whatever it is, because obviously there is some misunderstanding happen. And she left right away because it was so awkward. All the situation was very awkward. And I'm just like, okay, and now I need to approach this this man, this older man, and basically tell him what just happened here, you know, being polite. And I was like, okay, let me approach the guy and just tell him, be honest. So when I approached this gentleman, I said, hey, let me talk to you, not like, not from the position of you know, employee and a guest, or crew member and a guest, or not as a, you know, younger dude and some older dude, but from the perspective of let's have a conversation as two men. And I basically explained what just happened right there, which, as I said before, it was a big surprise for me. And when I just passed that information to this gentleman, you should have seen this, you know, he started crying like a baby. He started crying. He was just like, and he starts saying something like, you know what, you know, this trip, I'm already regretting that I'm going. It was supposed to be the trip that we're sharing together with my wife that passed away like the last year, and now I'm not gonna find a new love, and blah blah blah. And I'm just standing there like, what the heck is going on? Like, people, what the heck going on? You know, what's wrong with you people? I'm not there for, like, you know, help you out with your you know, mental problems. With all my respect, I'm just entertainer, you know, like, I'm a social host, you know, I can break the ice, help you guys to socialize, but you guys having so much going on there. So I start cheering up this older man in his 80s, like, hey, so if you said that you were working and living together with you know, the love of your life, isn't it a reason for you to be happy? Because right now she's in a better world, you know, or a better place, so she wanted you to be happy, so you need to, you know, like, move on. I'm just trying to put together, you know, all the cheer up words on the spot that I know. And he's looking at me for a second. He's like, no, you don't understand. And he starts crying again, and I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, after I don't know how did I end up that, but then in the evening I also met with that person, with the lady from Argentina. Again, I clear up, I explain her that, you know, whatever she got in her imagination, basically not gonna happen, not just because, you know, because of her. It's because we moving in different directions, and she decided something for both of us, and it's just, you know, very selfish. I didn't want to tell her that, again, because she's a lady, but that's when the first time I realized what is when you're saying no to a lady. And yeah, and after that she didn't talk to me till the end of the cruise, and yeah, and that's that. Yeah, that's the story that happened to me in one of the social meetings, social gatherings on a cruise ship. By the way, if you want to hear more stories like that, there's already one about how I saved the show of Gloria Gaynor on a cruise ship. And yeah, from time to time I would like to share those stories, because I think they might be, I don't want to say inspiring, but you know, I'm just sharing my personal experience, and in this experience you might find something related to you, or you might find something interesting, or you're just, again, gonna be having some filler as a background for you on your TV or whatever gadget you're watching this from, while you're cooking or doing something, or cleaning up the house. Tell me in the comments down below what you think about this story. What do you think about my reaction of people behavior? And if you want to see and more videos like that, and to hear stories like that. That was just a quick story. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.